What is going on, everybody? Jay here, and every month Humble assembles a team of 12 games for you to pick and choose from to add to your Steam software collection. And it's my job to review those games and let you know what is best to add, to separate the wheat from the chaff, and for you to find what games are best going to suit your playstyle. Let's take a look at the March 2021 Humble Choice Bundle. Alright folks, before we get into the games, be sure to hit that subscribe button right there. There's about 70% of you that aren't yet subscribed. I'm trying to do a couple videos a week that feature all kinds of content, from PC games to retro games to my favorite Switch eShop stuff. Be sure to click that button, and let's take a look at the games. I really like what I've played so far of Peaky Blinders Mastermind, but there's a lot going on here. So just to break it down, basically what's happening here is you're a bad guy, and you're a bad guy who protects the neighborhood, so you're also a good guy, but whatever. And the basic mechanics of the game is it's a puzzle adventure game. You have different levels with different objectives that you need to solve, and I've really liked what I've played so far, but some of the mechanics in the game are a little wonky, but I don't necessarily think that's due to them not working correctly. I think it's more a case of me just needing more time with the game to make sure that I'm playing it correctly. I really like what I've played so far. There are some confusing bits, like I said, but I think with more time and more familiarity with the mechanics, I'll grow to really love this game. There was literally nothing I liked about Pester Quest. I have no idea what Homestuck is. That is a part of the internet that I have managed to roll a natural 20 on my evade check on, and this game is my first introduction to it. I don't like it. I don't like the art. I personally do not care for the writing. It's just not my thing. Yeah, not a game for me. Don't dig it at all. Boy, talk about coming at me out of nowhere. I had no idea Wildfire even existed. I had never heard of this game, and oh my god, this is my favorite game of the bundle. No joke. This game is fantastic. At its core, it is a stealth game, but it's a stealth game with a twist. You have elemental abilities that allow you to set fires, freeze water, cause plants to grow. It's absolutely brilliant. And everything about this game, with its gorgeous visuals to fantastic humor, like the writing in this game is just over the top wonderful, is just perfect. I was blown away by how great this game was. For something I did not know anything about, I didn't expect anything to be this good. It is marvelous. Pick Wildfire up. Alright, so I have had Kingdom 2 Crowns on my wish list for a long time, so I was really excited to get this in this bundle. And I don't really know what I was expecting, but it wasn't what I got. Now, don't get me wrong, the game plays very well. It does exactly what it sets out to do, and it's gorgeous to look at, but it's just kind of boring, and I think that's really my fault, because I was expecting this to be something that it's not. It's billed as a micro-strategy game, and that's exactly what it is, but it's just not what I wanted. I want to spend more time with it because I think there's something deeper going on here that I'm not getting, but yeah, at first blush, this just wasn't the game I wanted. I described Ageless to a friend of mine as better Celeste, and Celeste is brilliant. I really love this game. I think it controls beautifully. I love the mechanics of being to age or de-age objects and items and characters throughout the game. I just think that's absolutely brilliant. And to use that as a way to traverse levels is just kind of magical to me. I really enjoy the writing. I think the game looks good. I think it plays brilliantly, and it is like appropriately difficult. It's not so hard you want to pull your hair out, but it's not too easy to make you not want to progress through the game. Ageless is brilliant. It is probably my second favorite game of the bundle, and would have been my favorite if Wildfire didn't exist. I really want to like Elex because I think that there's some underlying fantastic fundamentals at play here. Like, there is a solid RPG structure underneath this decidedly vanilla and bland exterior. The protagonist of the game is just one of the most uninspired and uninteresting characters I've ever played as. The design of the enemies is kind of boring. Like, there's something to be said for a sci-fi game that takes place with a lack of technology. Like, you lose your ability to have this technology, and I think there's something really cool there that you could have done something with. But the game that's built around it just isn't very fun. It's so bland and it's so boring. I don't know. I wanted a lot more from Elex. I really wanted to like this. I recently picked it up for my Xbox One, and yeah, this is exactly as the reviews say. It is very middle of the road, very average. I love a good arcade racer, and Hotshot Racing is decidedly a good arcade racer. This game has a style all its own. It's definitely taking inspiration from retro games by putting its own twist on them, and just making those games blisteringly fast. The game is gorgeous to look at, and it plays so well once you get a hold of the drift controls. Like, it's a little bit janky when you first play. Like, it's a little bit off when you first try to drift through the corners. You don't really have a feel for it. But after probably your first or second race, you'll get the feel of the drift and how to get through corners safely and when to boost in or boost out of a turn. I love Hotshot Racing. This game is absolutely fantastic, and it just looks and plays wonderfully. In every Humble Choice bundle that I've been a part of so far, there's been at least one game where I can look at it and go, nope, hard pass, and that's Boreal Blade. It just does not work for me. This is not a game that I will ever play again. So this is now the third time that I've received Control in some way, shape, or form, so I figured it was probably time to check it out. And I'm glad I did, because as someone who doesn't really get into spooky games, I really, 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 really like Control. Like, I get what the hype was about now. Okay, I was wrong. You were right. The game is fantastic. I've played a little bit of the first level. The controls are great. It is gorgeous to behold. I really like the idea of this game. There's so much that it does so well, and it just controls and plays wonderfully. I'm going to be putting this on the shelf until October, because this is like a perfect game to play in October because it is so spooky and has so much atmosphere, but I really enjoy Control. I can't wait to get back to it. If the Vaporwave aesthetic were distilled down and turned into a video game, it would be Cyberhook. This game is gorgeous to look at, and I really love about 90% of the gameplay in it. It's essentially get from point A to point B as fast as you can. That is the entirety of the game. That is what you need to be doing, and along the way you'll be running, jumping, using your grappling hook, and blasting away enemies and anything that gets in your way to get there. I do really like this game. Sometimes the physics are a little bit weird, like sometimes the swing mechanics with the grappling hook get a little bit off, but it can be forgiven because the game is just stunning to behold, and you feel like you're moving at like a zillion miles an hour as you're playing. It's absolutely wonderful. The only thing that I would add to this game is I wish it had VR support, because I think this would be really killer in virtual reality. But Cyberhook, absolutely wonderful even without it. Definitely check it out. So I might be a bit biased here because I do really dig the XCOM games, but XCOM Chimera Squad has been a ton of fun for me to play. If you have played any of the XCOM games in the past, you know how these work. You draw your path, you find your spot, you pick your battles, and you use your abilities to make your mission a success. I really enjoy games like this. I mean, you saw my review of Transformers Battlegrounds, you know how much I like Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and I enjoy the previous XCOM games, including the Bureau, which is, okay, not like this at all. It's a little bit more confusing and a little bit weird, but that's okay. It's still a good game, and I enjoy it. But XCOM Chimera Squad is a lot of fun. This is going to be getting a lot of time for me. I really enjoy the characters so far, and I think the humor is a lovely touch because I like that the XCOM games don't take themselves too seriously, so it's nice to play. I'm definitely looking forward to spending more time with Chimera Squad. As a longtime pro wrestling fan, games like WWE 2K Battlegrounds to me are kind of a welcome addition to the library. I've been playing the WWE games for years, dating all the way back to like the WrestleMania arcade game back on the Super Nintendo, and nothing's ever really topped the experience of No Mercy on the N64, although the game WWE All-Stars came close on the 360 and PS3 generation. That game was a lot of fun. And I see Battlegrounds as kind of the extension of that. It's an over-the-top, ridiculous brawler. There's nothing realistic about this game whatsoever. It's just chaos. It's arcade fun. And I really like the roster they've got in play here. There's a ton of characters involved, there's a lot of unlockables that you can do, but I'm really enjoying my time with the game so far, and I haven't even gotten into the Creator Wrestler suite yet, which is something I'm sure I'm going to dump a ton of time into. I've got it on both Xbox and PC now, so I'll definitely be spending some more time with the game, although I think PC might actually end up being my preferred place. I want to see if there's a good mod community involved. Alright folks, there you have it, the 2021 March Humble Choice Bundle. Obvious standout of this one is definitely Control. I mean, this was a game that won Game of the Year last year multiple times, and it is absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to spend more time with it this October because it is a deeply atmospheric game, and it's so spooky and so awesome. I can't wait to play some more of it. But not to be overlooked as well are Hotshot Racing, Ageless, and Wildfire, my absolute favorite of the bunch. And don't sleep on XCOM either, because that's a really good game. Let me know in the comments down below what game is your favorite of the 12 listed, and if there's any you think that I am overlooking. I know there's some fans of Boreal Blade out there, but I gotta be honest with you, that game did nothing for me. I don't know why, it just did not click. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and if you are new to the channel and have not already done so, please be sure to subscribe, and while you're there, ring the notification button. Until next time, guys, I have been Jay. I appreciate you being here and spending a little bit of time with me as we look at this March 2021 Humble Choice bundle. Until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.